and this is checkmate. Wow! Haha! This is crazy. Okay, I really didn't think I was gonna win this game. Someone starts with the English opening, just gonna play d6, keep it very flexible. Now a system that we call the King's Indian system is playing d6 and g6 like this. Now I can put the bishop here, and I give him the option to actually play the King's Indian again. But everybody these days is playing g3, it's crazy. I don't know why. Now I like to play like this, and my next move is gonna be pushing and taking the center this way. Your opening lines, you have to be careful when you play this. There is this diagonal that is sometimes, you know, he comes with the queen here and he can bother you after this move because your king will be on this diagonal. So you have to be careful about it. The second thing, you have to be careful about this diagonal. You know, to not hang actually this pawn because this rook will be gone after. So you have to be careful about this. Now, just playing normal moves, putting the knight on c6, makes total sense. And okay, queen c1, I'm not sure I like this move. I think he's trying something like bishop h6 here, but it doesn't really bother me. I just continue my development. This is totally fine if he wants to exchange the bishop here. And now I'm gonna play this. The idea is to actually push like this. Let's exchange the bishop, and we're gonna play c6 and d5. Okay, but now we have this square. Again, I don't like this unless he had in mind maybe something like f4. Okay, what's the point of this? First of all, I can just play this move, and you see that this was totally unnecessary because he has to actually go back. Okay, taking doesn't do much. He has to get back actually to... yeah, he has to go back with his knight. So, yeah, he didn't achieve much. Now, playing a move like this, I don't want him to play b4 and expand on the queen side. And now I'm going to try c6. I'm going to try to be the one taking the center in this situation. He's putting pressure. He doesn't let me push because there would be the queen and the knight attacking this pawn. That's, I guess, a good move. We're just going to play this. And on the next move, we want to be playing this. Like this, d5. And I like this move. We're taking the center. We have an amazing center here. And we need to think, okay, so if I push his ideas to come on e5, I guess. Yeah, but what I like about this is that we're totally killing his bishop. So what would be great here, what I'm thinking, this is his best piece. So if this is his best piece, I want to get rid of it, like this. And now look what's happening. He has this bishop. You're going to say, okay, escape. You also have a crap bishop. Yeah, it's true. But I have space. I have space on the queen side here, thanks to my pawns. We're going to contest the column, which means putting a rook in front of the other rook. And now he wants to play this. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Just going to take. And then I think we're going to play d4. Maybe he missed the fact that the bishop... Ooh, the queen is gone. The queen is gone, guys. But you know what? The problem is that I have 41 seconds to end this game. So I'm going to stop speaking. And we're going to try this. Okay, take this. And now we're going to try... This one is unstoppable, I guess. He's going to try checks because he makes me, lose time. Just going to come here. And then pushing this one. And I guess, yeah, okay. So that was, yeah, that's really hard to speak at the same time and actually think. Especially, I didn't do a video for a very long time, so getting back into it. Let's try to find the next guy. Let's try to find someone else to play against. And like this, I'll be able to show you actually a lot of different structures and speak fast, but you know, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're going to be able to have a lot of things to think about in the game. So I always play d4. Not always, but pretty much. And I love the Trompowsky. Trompowsky is like my opening. Here you have two options, taking or this move e3. Giving him the option is true to actually come with the knight here. Now I like to take, damaging the structure. And then this move I think is too early. Because he will take the knight, you take back, and then he has check, like this. And you have to move the king. You can't interpose anything here. We can play bishop d3, we can play knight d2. He wants to play with c5, I guess, in this position. Just gonna start with knight f3 here. Gonna start with knight f3, and now I can play this. Why? Because if he takes, now I can take with the rook, and he doesn't have a, I mean, he has a check, but I can cover with the knight, which means I don't have to move my king now. Okay, he's taking. And now just develop your pieces. Your minor pieces first, and after you're gonna castle, put your king safe, like this. And now I guess everything is gonna happen on the c file. I don't know why he didn't play c5. Maybe c5 was interesting in this position. Okay, should we actually exchange the bishop? That's quite a strong bishop that he has here. So I'm pretty happy to exchange it. Also bishop b3 was an option. Maybe it's a mistake what I did. Maybe it's a mistake. It's possible. Now I'm gonna do this, and the idea is to go to g3. Also, I could go to c5, actually targeting this pawn. That's also a possibility. Okay, so now we go here. He has to actually exchange the bishop in this situation, so we're just gonna do it. And we have this file. So we're gonna put pressure on this file. I mean, he's just gonna play c6. Now we play this rook here. And now we finish the development. It's gonna be really hard to win, by the way. Really hard, because he's very solid. He doesn't have like a clear weakness that I see straight away here. I mean, I like this knight here. Shall we play something like this, or is like totally insane to play this move? It damages the structure. This is the thing that I don't like, because he would have at some point a move like this, and after, you know, this pawn is a weakness. Or maybe, yeah, but if I move the knight, then he's gonna take this one, damaging my structure. So I'm gonna go for it. Right now he doesn't, sorry about this, he doesn't have actually f6, because I would take here. Okay, he decides to take, which opens actually the column. And he's telling me I do not care, but I can just push. And he's pinned, so he has to take. He has to take, and we take with the knight, or the queen, by the way. Oh, there is this check. There is this check. Let's go like this. I missed queen b6 check. That's what happens when you speak. I missed actually this check. I have to exchange the queen. Yeah. So now, can I take on e4? He take on b2, and I'm not sure I like it very much. Okay, gonna try this. We're gonna try this and see what happens. He takes on f4. Now we could play. Okay, he has knight e2 check. Be careful with the fork. So I'm just gonna play this move. I also have 39 seconds, so this game is gonna be really, really hard to save. Really hard. I'm just gonna stop speaking for a sec, trying to catch up on time. He's taking his time as well, which helps me, but I don't know exactly how. I mean, my plan is gonna be rook d7. Ah, you saw that, yeah? Okay, knight d6. And then maybe something like this with, you know, some targets. But he would have knight e6 anyway to come back and cover, so it's not the end of the world for him. Okay, he exchange. Okay, we're gonna go here. He has knight e6. He can just go back. Okay, he comes here. I gave this pawn. Yeah, I only have 31 seconds, so not easy. Let's take this one. Now let's do this. The point is to actually attack the pawn here. There's nothing he can do about it. Oh, there is a tactic, guys. There is a tactic because of this check. and you get back the rook. Okay, 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 okay. He wants to checkmate, by the way. He's a checkmate in 2 moves. And I don't know what to do about it. We have, yeah. He could go for the draw if he was, you know, fair play and instead of trying to make us, you know, lose. Let's try this. Yeah, I do not have time. Let's see what this does. Okay. And this is checkmate. Wow! Haha! This is crazy. Okay, I really didn't think I was gonna win this game. But yeah, I mean, what happened here? What happened here? Wow. Yeah, he had like in the end game, actually, he started. You know, this is the Trompowsky, and you play like this. E3 is a good way to play. He can play this move, but otherwise, a lot of people actually also play this, and they attack and they win a tempo actually on the bishop. Then you can go back, and usually what they do is that this is the main variation. They play c5, so they're contesting the center straight away. And here the best move is to play bishop d3. You're threatening to actually take the knight. When he takes back, that will be 2 double pawns, okay? So usually here in this situation, okay, there is first a blunder that I need to show you, which is this. And they lose on the spot after this move. Because yes, I mean, the bishop is here behind, but the knight can go here, defending it. You take the knight, he takes the bishop, you take the knight. And as you can see, he is a piece down. There's nothing he can do. There is just one thing you have to be careful about. Because obviously, you know, if he takes, you take, piece up, thank you very much. But if he's sneaky, he's going to start to do something like this because he wants you to push the pawn. And now he can take. And he's safe because if you take this, he's going to take this. But don't do this. You just have to play, you know, knight c3. And still, his bishop is attacked, and I mean, yours is attacked, his bishop is attacked, which means you're still gonna stay a piece up, okay? I hope all this makes sense. Sorry about my voice. I hope all this makes sense. So, if someone plays this move, it's a blunder, it loses on the spot. I mean, a decent move is to take here and to play a move like knight c6, but again you're gonna take on e4, he's gonna take, and now you can play this move d5. Very interesting move, and they're gonna be in trouble if they don't know how to play against this, because if they don't know this move, countering actually attacking this, and they play something else, most people actually here are gonna play knight b4, and after this it's going to be really hard for them to defend because they have to do this and you just push the pawn. You're blocking everything. So this bishop is totally stuck. That's a nice position to have here. Very nice position. And then, you know, you can go queen d2, you can go long castle. That's the way to play. Or the other way to play is to do e5. Taking here is not great. Taking is not great. Just move the bishop back. Just move it back. Which means when he moves the knight, you will be able to take on e5. Usually what they do is queen check. Here, develop the knight and cover the check. And now, honestly, if someone knows this variation and finds the crazy move that is about to happen, that's totally insane, by the way, is this move. This move, and black is a touch better, a touch, and you need to know how to defend against it. But that's the way to play with black. I show you both colors because some people just show you one color and then you're like, okay, is he always winning? It's not. So like this, if he plays the best moves in this variation, that's the move. Obviously, taking is a disaster because of queen takes knight, and this is a check. And when you move here, the bishop jumps in. This is a total disaster. If you take, you lose the rook. That's really, really hard to play this variation. You could play a move like Queen C1, but again, there is a crazy move here. Queen sacrifice. Because when you take, now he takes here, the rook takes, and this endgame actually for black is better. Is really, really, really much better because of the pawn structure. I mean, look at this. This is called an isolated pawn, which means he's alone and nobody can defend him. This is doubled isolated pawns. There is no no pawn on the adjacent file that can actually protect this. And this pawn is weak. He's gonna get attacked. Now you can take on e5, you know, thinking, okay, you're attacking this, but there is f6. The bishop moves. Now he's gonna take here, and you can see that the position for black is actually great. And now you're telling me, but Chesscape, why do you want me to play this? Why do you want me to play this? This was this was for a trap. I'm losing my voice. You can take, and yes, this is tactical. This is tactical. You can take, and you are not basically in this situation, you are not forced to actually push. I showed you how black can actually respond to it. You are not forced to. What you can do, and I believe is the best move here, is to just develop the knight. You're protecting actually this pawn that was attacked, and you're preparing to actually castle. And you're perfectly fine, and you can play a structure like this. The knight will come here, putting pressure on this one. And now it's different, because now he has double pawns. That's totally different. And you have an amazing pawn structure, as you can see. You have zero weakness. Very nice to play. Okay? Anyway, I'm losing my voice, so I'm gonna stop here. But I hope you like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.